the second true crime time of the day, we have someone who I do have several other videos about, Carroll Edward Cole. And as you likely know by now, these take me a very long time, so if you can like, comment, share, copy link, let me know if this is on your For You page, anything to help me get views, I appreciate you to the fullest extent of the law. And if you haven't seen it already, go check out my new logo on one of my recent videos. Merch is coming soon with that and with the quote, I appreciate you to the fullest extent of the law. Okay, Carroll Edward Cole was born on May 9th, 1938, and he lived until December 6, 1985. He was an American serial killer who was executed in 1985 for killing at least 15 women and one boy by strangulation between 1947 and 1980, and he confessed to a total of 35 murders. Carroll Cole was born in Sioux City, Iowa, and was the second son of Laverne and Vesta Cole. His younger sister was born in 1939, and soon afterwards the family moved to California, where Laverne found work in a shipyard. Not long after that, he went to fight in World War II, and while his father was away, Cole's mother had several affairs and sometimes took Cole along with her to her rendezvous, threatening to beat him if he told his father. She was emotionally abusive to Cole and dressed him as a girl, and at school he was teased about his girl's name by his peers. At the age of 8, he retaliated against one of the classmates teasing him, a boy of the same age named Dwayne, by drowning him in a lake in Richmond, California. The death was regarded as an accident by authorities until Cole confessed to it many years later in an autobiography that he wrote in prison. During a press interview, Cole said of this event, "I was primed, I had made the mental commitment that I was going to get even with my mother, and things just built up and became an obsession." As a teen, Cole committed several petty crimes and was frequently arrested for drunkenness and minor thefts. After high school, he joined the army but was given a bad conduct discharge in 1958 for stealing pistols. In 1960, Cole attacked two couples parked in cars on a lover's lane, and soon afterwards he called the police in Richmond, California, where he was living, and told them that he was plagued by violent fantasies involving strangling women. Because of that, he spent time in various mental hospitals over the next 3 years, and at the last of them, Stockton State Hospital, a Dr. Weiss wrote, "He seems to be afraid of the female figure and cannot have intercourse with her, but must kill her before he can do it." However, Weiss approved his release in April of 1963, despite hospital staff having diagnosed Cole with antisocial personality disorder. Upon his release, Cole moved to Dallas, Texas, where his brother Richard was living, and there he met and married an alcoholic stripper named Billy Whitworth, though this didn't change his perspective towards women. After 2 years, the marriage ended when Cole burned down a motel after convincing himself that Whitworth was having sex with men there. As a result, he was arrested for arson. Upon his release from prison for that, Cole attempted to strangle an 11-year-old girl in Missouri and was arrested and sentenced to 5 years in prison. After that sentence was up, Cole ended up in Nevada, where he attempted to strangle 2 more women and once again checked himself into a mental hospital. Doctors there noted his murderous fantasies but still elected to not detain him, and he was given a ticket back to San Diego. Note how many times this man was caught and either imprisoned or put in a mental hospital or put himself there and was still released time and time again. Cole's first murder victim as an adult was Essie L. Buck, who he picked up at a San Diego tavern on May 7, 1971. He strangled her to death in his car and drove around with her body in the trunk before eventually dumping it, and 2 weeks later he killed another unidentified woman and buried her in a wooded area. He later claimed that they had proven themselves to be unfaithful to their husbands and they reminded him of his adulterous mother, so that was why he killed them. He continued killing, committing acts of necrophilia, and allegedly even cannibalized one of the women that he killed. April 9th, he was convicted of 3 of the murders committed in Texas and sentenced to life in prison, but then he was later on convicted of more murders. He was executed via lethal injection at Nevada State Prison on December 6, 1985.